Hello students, welcome to the Mental Ability series class 10th. Today in this series we are starting with a new topic or new chapter, that is figure partition. So as the name suggests, we are going to deal with certain figures which have certain partitions and we need to calculate the number of figure inside formed in it. If I take an example for you, you can see here, right? What is this? This is a square, a simple square, right? If I divide or I make the partition like this, and if I ask the question, how many triangles are there? Right? This is a simple question that you get. So you can mark it out: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Total of 8 triangles are there, right? This is how we are going to deal with this particular chapter, right? What is this? What is this? In this, we are finding the number of figures formed after partition of a particular figure or a particular shape. Now, before we start this chapter, I would like you to read these instructions. These instructions will help you to understand what we are going to do in this particular chapter, right? So I am directly starting with the instruction part here, right? So the chapter on this particular chapter is on analytical reasoning. What is analytical reasoning? Involves the problem related to the counting of geometrical figures that we have recently did, right, in the previous question or the example that I have taken. In a given complex figure, what a complex figure is? A simple figure in which multiple partitions are there. As soon as you are able to solve these partition, count the number of figures as per the instructions given in the question and answer the question. The systematic method of determining the number of any particular type of figure by analyzing the complex figure would be to form an example that follows. Okay? That is it. I hope this part is clear. That would be clear with the help of examples that we are going to discuss in this chapter. So in this chapter, in total, we are going to discuss major of 5 questions which are followed by 5 other questions in which I am explaining you the method and you have to write the answer or find the answer by yourself. I hope this part is clear. So we are directly starting with the first question. So as I always do, in this chapter also, I will be reading this question for you. I will be telling you the correct approach, how to approach for the answer. What are the major steps that you have to take in? As I am explaining you all these things, this may take time, but as soon as you'll have good practice of these instructions or this method, you'll take no time to solve these questions. Then this method will be very helpful for you while you're appearing for any competitive exam. I hope this part is clear. So the question says, what is the number of straight lines in the following figure? The figure is this. So whenever these kind of question appear where you have to calculate the number of lines, what will you do? You will just redraw this figure by yourself. And how will you do that? And start counting the lines that you are drawing, right? So you can see this is a figure of square with multiple partitions, right? So we will draw a square here, right? Okay, we have drawn a square. So how many lines till now we have drawn? 4 lines. 4 sides means 4 lines. And then we can see across diagonals here, right? So we'll make one line as this diagonal, another line as this diagonal. So how much? Plus 2. Okay. Now what we can see, a plus sign is also there. So we'll draw a plus sign as well. So how much line we are drawing for plus sign? 2 more lines. I hope you didn't find any problem till here, right? Now we can see that we are matching this diagonal from the vertices of this plus, right? So we are drawing one line here, one line here, one line here and a line here, right? How many lines we drawn this time? 4 lines. I hope you are not facing any problem till here, right? But we can see that at every vertices or the diagonal center of every square, small square, there is a line passing through. So we'll create a single line here and a single line passing through both the vertices here. How much line we made this time? 2 lines. I hope you didn't face any problem in redrawing this diagram. As soon as we redraw this diagram, we write all the lines, we'll simply add this. 4 added in 2 will be 6, added in 2 will be 8, added in 2 will be 12, plus 2, 14. Total of how many lines? 14 lines are there. I hope you got this question well. How many lines are here? Total of 14 lines are here in this figure that is given. This is first kind of question. So the approach that we follow is what? Read the question and understand what is asked. So what is the number of straight line in this following figure? This is what asked in this question. How much lines are there, right? Second, redraw the diagram. Why I am following this approach? In order to avoid any kind of mistake, right? Third, count the lines, right? As I did here, right? Use this method. Then final is mark the correct answer, right? I hope you are not facing any problem till here. We have discussed first question of this chapter where I have explained you how to approach for the solution. You are supposed to read the question well, redraw the diagram, count the number of lines or whatever thing is asked in this question and then mark the correct answer. Make sure you are marking the correct answer because whenever students are in hurry, they are used to mark the wrong answer even if they find the correct answer, right? So you are not supposed to commit these kind of silly mistakes while attempting, right? Now we'll directly move to the answer part of this is this. B is our answer. You can see B is our answer, right? So the figure is labeled as shown. Now I will tell you another approach. That is our approach number 1 in which we are redrawing the figure and finding it. This is much easier approach, but I'll tell you a different approach as well because sometimes it becomes difficult for you to redraw this diagram. So what you can do, you can number all the vertices in this diagram starting with any vertex you want. Let's say this vertex is A, this vertex is B, this vertex is C, this vertex is D, similarly E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, right? After that O, P, Q, and then R will have this, S will have this, and O we have this center. Similarly, I think I have marked all the vertices. Till now I have marked all the vertices. Now how you can calculate a line name? AE is a line, right? This complete line, right? EG is a line, this complete line. So as soon as you start marking it, what you will see, you can easily calculate the number of lines, right? You can see LF is another line, KG is another line. Again, what we are doing, we are marking it and we are redrawing it. If I am doing this, AK is another line. Why I am explaining too much for this question? So that for further question, you didn't need that much of explanation, and then we'll finish question quickly, right? So that you don't spend too much time on a question, right? Now you can see E to K, we have another line. I hope you find this. A to G, we have another line, right? L to C and C to F. Which one? L to C and C to F are another line. F to I to L. Which one? F to I and I to L. You have another lines. Then you have three vertical lines, that is BJ and CI. Which one? BJ and CI. And the last one is DH. Now you can see, I think every line is covered. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14 in number. We have already calculated by redrawing the same answer, right? I hope this part is clear. I hope this question is clear. I hope both the methods are clear to you right now, right? This is the most important thing in this chapter, that you have to understand the concept, you have to understand the approach and the method that we are following. This is the second approach. First approach we have already discussed, right? Now we'll move to the, this is something that I have already explained, right? We'll move to the next question this time. Now our approach says that how, first of all, read the question. So we'll follow this part. Question number 2 says that how many square does this figure have? So which figure they are talking about? They are talking about this figure. So what you can do, this time you are not supposed to find the number of lines. This time you are supposed to find the number of squares in this figure. How you can do this? You can do this by, right, you can do this in this manner, that redraw this figure in an enlarged manner, right, and make sure this forms a square and this forms a square as well, right? So I will redraw this figure because we are not able to justify with the square because they have 4 equal sides, right? Or we will do it here. I'll do it again for you, right? What we can do, right, just a second, I'll try to rub this part so that this will not appear while you are watching, right? I hope this part is clear, right? Now what I'm doing redrawing this figure for you. Now I think I'm able to justify with this square part, right? Now you can see, what is this? A horizontal line and a square here as well. If we redraw this like this, then it is quite satisfactory, right? Let me do this thing for you. Just a second. Right now, what we can see here, I have redrawn this figure for you. Now I am going to explain how you are supposed to approach for the answer, right? The figure is already redrawn, right? Now how you are supposed to check, right? Few squares I'll explain here itself, that check my pen, right? If I can change the color, then I can steal this part also. Right? So forgot this part for time being, right? Remember, this red part suggests this is the first square that we know, right? 1. This is the second square that we know, right? I hope you understand both the squares. Now we have 6 small squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 plus 2 is total of 8 squares till now we have taken. Okay, how many else? You can see this diagonal part as well. So till now we have calculated how many? 9 squares. I hope this part is also clear. right? Total of how many? 9 squares that we have calculated. So 9 is there in the option. You can see 6 or 7 is also there in the option. You can directly eliminate them because we have already calculated more than that. So either 9 can be the answer, 10 can be the answer. But you can see we are not able to see any other square right here because we have formed this one also. We have taken all these small squares as well. We have taken this one also. We have taken this one also. So I think we didn't lift with any one of them. So I think our option C will be the answer, that is 9, that we have already marked, right? Now this was the first approach that we follow always. Now the second approach is mark them. First all the vertices, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K and L. How many vertices are there? 12 vertices are there, right? Now we'll start finding the square. You can see that how many squares are there? Just a second. I think I have redrawn this line for you. Just a second, right? Okay. What we can do here is, what we know? We need to, let's change the color. Now what we have is a red color. This is a square and we will name it as what? Square A, B, K, J. Similarly, the second square is here. We can mark it as square B, C, L, K. Similarly, we'll mark all 9 squares, right? So this is how you are supposed to follow the second approach as well, right? This is our second approach. So how many we have calculated? 9. We have already calculated the 9. You can read the answer as well. The squares composed 2 components each are A, B, K, J, B, C, L, K and so on. Will move to all squares, right? Eventually we'll find all 9 square. So for every question till now, I have told you 2 different approaches. The first is to redraw the diagram. Second is to name them properly. At some point of time, you find that approach number 1 is quite easy. But at some point of time, you will see what is the importance of naming them, naming all the vertices and start finding. Because this will brings accuracy. Sometimes it may take time, but this will brings accuracy, right? So you can check, as I am telling you both the approaches, so you can follow either of them, right? We will move to the next question. First, in the first question, we are dealing with the number of lines. In the second question, we deal with the number of squares. Now we'll have a different figure. So we will figure out a different question and different shape as well. So the question says that how many parallelograms? So you know what is a parallelogram? It looks like this. A slightly tilted rectangle, we can say, right? Because if we redraw this like this, we will find as it is a rectangle, but now it is slightly tilted towards right? Then it is a parallelogram. How many parallelograms are there in this figure? Now this is our figure, right? What you are supposed to do? You are supposed to redraw this figure, right? I will do it once for you. Here you can see. I'll divide them as well into equal parts and here we get. Now what we need to do? We need to calculate the number of parallelograms. So how we can proceed with this? Okay, this is a parallelogram, this is a parallelogram, this is a parallelogram, this is also a parallelogram, this is also a parallelogram, this is also a parallelogram. How many we have calculated? 6 we have already calculated. Now what you can see that if we consider this part, let me change the color for you. What is this? This red one, right? This is also a parallelogram. 1. This is also a parallelogram. 2. Similarly, 2 on the lower side. So how many will be there? 4 will be there, right? Okay. Now I'll change again color for you. What will you see? This is also a parallelogram. This is also a parallelogram. And this is also a parallelogram. 3 are here, right? And this complete is also a parallelogram, 4, and this also a parallelogram, 5, right? 5 we have calculated, right? I'll change another color for you to purple. You can see this also is a parallelogram and this also is a parallelogram. So we can add 2 more in this. And definitely the biggest one is the outer circle. This complete itself is a parallelogram. How much? 1. I am using various colors just to make you understand that how many different parallelograms can be formed. If we add them, how much we'll get? 6 plus 4 is 14. 6 plus 4 is 10 plus 5 is 15. As soon as we mark 15 plus 2, 17, right? And as soon as we'll reach to the 17, what we will see? This is eliminated. This is eliminated. This is also eliminated. Now plus 1 is 18. Till now we are able to calculate 18, right? So I think 18 will be the answer. Rest we will figure out here itself. This is our approach number 2 that you all are aware of now. We'll name them. We'll name all the vertices. Here we have vertex A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K and L. Total of how many? 12 vertices, right, are there. So we'll use this chronological order: A, B, F, E, first parallelogram, then B, C, G, F, second parallelogram, C, D, H, G, third parallelogram, so on. How many parallelograms we are able to form here? 16 parallelograms. But you can see here we marked 18 parallelograms. I think we have repeated these 2 parallelograms again. We have already calculated this part in here itself. So minus 2 will be 16 parallelograms, right? So our answer will be 16 parallelograms. That is in option number C, right? What you can do here, as you are going to watch this video again, I'll remove these 2 things. Right, just a second. Okay, so how much more we left with here with? Plus 1 comes out to be 16. It means option C is correct and option D is wrong, right? This is the method that we can follow to answer our questions. I hope you didn't face any problem till here, right? Now, we'll move to this question, right? Right? Okay. Yes. In this question also, what question is saying? Find the number of rectangles in the following figure. Now, what we are supposed to find? We are supposed to find a rectangle. So again, we'll follow the same approach. We will quickly redraw this diagram, right? How it will be drawn? A vertical line with a small horizontal line and a big horizontal line with a vertical line. If I quickly check how many rectangles are there, we can say 1 is here, 2 is here, 3, 4 and 5. 5 separate rectangles are there. If we add 3 plus 4, we will get our 5th rectangle or the 6th rectangle, right? If we add 1 and 2, we will get our 7th rectangle as well, right? If we add 1 plus 2 plus 5, we'll eventually get our 8th rectangle. And if we add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 and plus 5, we will get our 9th rectangle. So you can see this is another approach. Why I use this one? Just to make you aware of another approach. That is, mark every section or every partition in the figure, right? As soon as you mark all the partition, you can directly name them, and I'm naming them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Here I am using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as 5 different rectangles. And if we add 3 and 4, we will get our 5th. If we add 1 and 2, we'll get our 6th and 7th. Similarly 8 and 9th. Total how much? 9 rectangle we are able to form, which is in our option as well, right? and rest all options are smaller than it. So as we are eventually already formed 9, it means 9 is our answer. The second approach is the naming approach. For that, what we are doing, we are finding all the vertices that we are using, right? So here we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13 vertices. Total of 13 vertices are there, which form total of 9 what? Rectangles. So thus there are 2 such rectangles. Only one rectangle named as AFLD is composed of 3 components, and only one rectangle named ABCD composed of 5 components. Thus there are 5 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 comes out to be 7. The total number of rectangles that we are going to get out of it is 9. I hope this part is clear. I hope this question is clear. So with this, I am moving to the next question. That is your question number 5. As you know that in the first question, we are discussing about lines, right? In the second question, we are discussing about squares. In the third question, we discuss about rectangles. Also, in the fourth question, we discuss about some other figure, that is, let's say triangle. So anything can be there. So in the fifth question, we are discussing about the word pentagon. Pentagon is a figure having 5 sides. I hope this is a pentagon. I hope everybody know how a pentagon looks like. So these are the 5 questions that we are going to discuss. 4 of them is already discussed till here. The 5th question is this one, where we have to find pentagon, right? So we'll follow our own approach for that first. That approach says redraw this figure. So first redraw this figure, and as soon as we redraw our figure, we came across certain things, right? Okay, we have redrawn and we'll make it cross as well here, and we got our point, right? So if we are supposed to check how we can form pentagon in it, I'll use different color and explaining you how we can form. So let's say this is first side, this is second side, this is third side, this is fourth side, this is fifth side, and this is sixth side, and these are the 2 same sides, right? So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We are able to form our first pentagon. Similarly, with this edge will form second, with this edge will form third, with this edge will form fourth, with this edge we are able to form fifth, and with this edge we are able to form sixth. Now till now we are able to form 6 pentagons, right? So option A will already eliminated, right? Now we'll change our color. Now we'll try to form few more pentagons, right? And how we are able to form them, that we will going to check here itself, right? How you can form a different pentagon now. So the answer for the same is you have to check whether they are possible or not. We have another edges, like you can check. We have a edge here itself. So we can, I think, form a pentagon there itself, right? How you can form this? You can form this like this, right? I'll tell you in this part, right? If you follow this part and this part and this part, right? We have how much? We have already used 3 sides. Now we need 2 more. So how can we approach for that, right? Any pentagon can be formed, right? How you can follow this? It doesn't mean that pentagon should have only these 5 sides. Okay, we can form a pentagon like this is here, this is here, right? This is here, this is here, and this is here. Again a pentagon is formed, right? So in this manner we can also form. So in total we can form how many pentagons? You can see here as well. In total 4 other pentagons can be formed, and formed by the combination of 3 triangles and a rhombus. This is this and this. We are getting these things from these vertices. Right now you can see here multiple vertices are there. If I start marking all of them, you can see 5, 6, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. Right, but you're able to see K, B, D, F, H. If I start marking this for you, K, B, D, and which one? F, H, and yes, we are able to form a pentagon again here. I think this part is also clear, right? So we are already following all these pentagons, right? In similar manner, let's just do this one also. LCFHM. Which one? I'll use a different pen. LCFHM, right? I'll form it for you. LCF, right? LCF, and the next part will be HM. HM, right? Although it is not forming the exact pentagon, we have to check it again like this. Now how many we are getting? Lines we are getting a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total 5 lines are there and we formed a pentagon here, right? Similarly, how many will form? Total of 10 pentagons will be formed. I can mark them for you here itself. This is the first, this is the second, this is the third, this is the fourth, right? And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Total of 10 pentagons, right? I hope you got this as well. Now we'll move to next 5 questions in which I am not directly explaining the answer. I'll be directly explaining the concept and you are supposed to find the answer. Later on I'll telling you the answer as well for all 5 questions. But here you know the approach. I'll quickly discuss the approach what you are supposed to follow, right? How many squares are there in the following figure? So our approach is, first read the question, what they are looking for, a square. Second approach is redraw this figure. After redrawing, third approach is, you can say that just start marking the vertices as well, right? As soon as you'll redraw, you'll find the answer as well. But if you face any problem, you can mark all the vertices and start checking the answer, right? After marking all the vertices, what you need to do? You need to name them. Let's say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, right? Then L, M, N, O, right? This one. And this is also vertex, right? Then P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W. The center one will be X. This is how we'll mark all the vertices. I hope you didn't face any problem with this part, right? As soon as you are able to find them, as soon as you are able to follow these steps, you'll able to get to the answer, right? Now the second question. In these kind of questions, what you are supposed to find? Read the question. Find the number of triangles. First, what we need? Triangles and the square. Now this is a question in which you are supposed to find 2 different things. For that, you can just slightly change the approach by making 2 different diagrams. First, you will redraw this part. You redraw the same diagram and mark the triangles. Then again you will draw the same diagram and mark the squares. This is for triangle, this is for square. Redraw the diagram 2 times and start calculating one by one. That is it. Like, let us assume we are able to find number of squares as, I'll find it for you right here itself, right? If in this figure I'll check, 1 square is there, second square is here, third square is here, and fourth square is here, right? And fifth square is this complete one. 5 are here. If I check, 6th is here, 7th is here, 8th is here, 9th is here, and 10th is this overall square, right? Total of 10 squares we are able to find. It means option B and option D is already eliminated. Now either you will have 32 triangles or 28 triangles? That you have to check with the help of this diagram that you have made for the triangles, and how you're supposed to calculate triangles also. You can see that one triangle is here, one triangle is here, one triangle is here, and one triangle is here. 4 is here, 4 are here as well, right? Total of how many? 8. Now 9, you can see 10, you can see 11, you can see 12, you can see, right? Similarly, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. 20 triangles have already formed. Now 21, 22, 23, 24. When I use this, it means I am combining both of them. I am using this triangle then, right? 24, right? Till now I have completed 24. This, now use this half triangle, that is 25. Use this one, that is 26. Use this one, 27, and use this one, 28, right? Similarly, inside use this triangle, 28, 29, 30, 31 and 32. So 32 triangles will be there. Why I have calculated the complete answer for you? I am telling you the approach. This time I used only the single diagram for this, but what you can do, you can make a different diagram for triangle and different diagram for squares as well, right? In this manner you are able to figure out, right? I am cleaning this diagram for you so that while reading it become easier for you to redraw this, right? Right now I am cleaning this diagram for you, right? You can always watch this video because this is a recording video. You are able to find both the things where I am explaining this diagram also. Now question number 3. I'll quickly read this question for you. Count the number of squares. Again, what you can do? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 into 4, 16 is already there, right? What you can do now? If we use this one, 17, right? This one, 18. This one, 19. This one, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25. 25 squares are there. Till now, how much we have calculated? Plus 9, right? Now, you can use these 1, these 2, these 3, these 4. We have calculated 4 more. And the last one also. How much is there now? 16 plus 9, that comes out to be 25. 25 plus 5 comes out to be 30. So I am able to calculate 30 out of this, right? So you can calculate many more. You are just supposed to follow these things, right? You are supposed to redraw this and mark it. And while solving these kind of question, at least have 2 different color of pens so that you are able to distinguish between them, right? Now the next question, how many triangles are present in below? So now I am not explaining the concept again and again to you. Just what you are supposed to do? Redraw the triangle by yourself, right? I have redrawn a triangle for you, like first, second, third, fourth, fifth, right? 6th using this, 7th using this, 8th using this. I am able to calculate 8 triangles, or you can calculate many more in this, right? So either it will be not A not B, either it will be 8 or 10. Right now I am able to calculate 8. If few more are there, you are supposed to mark answer. Even if you are able to find 9 triangles, not able to find 10th one, you can eliminate option C and find answer as option D, right? Again, in this question, how many triangles are here? So students, I am not explaining this question again and again. So what you need to understand is this, how you are supposed to approach for any problem. For your comfort, in order to cross check whether you are going right or wrong, I have provided all the answers, right? For 4 and 5th, you have option D as your answer. So again, you'll form 10 triangles here and 29 triangles here, right? So with this, I have answered each and every questions given previous 5 questions, right? So what you can do, you can redraw in an enlarged manner, and so that you can easily distinguish. You can use different color of pens that I have used in the previous questions. With this, you are able to find either number of lines, number of squares, number of triangles, parallelogram, pentagon, anything asked in this question. For that, you need to read the question properly, right? So with this, I would like to end this chapter here itself. So anybody is facing any problem can re-watch that particular concept again, and for better practice you can directly visit to the website and do the practice set of the same. I hope this chapter is clear to everyone now. This chapter will make you will become comfortable with this chapter as soon as you are able to practice multiple questions. Start giving time to each and every topic, each and every concept. As soon as you are giving time to each and every concept, you are able to get good grip over that subject. I hope this part is clear. So with this, I am ending this chapter. Thank you for watching, students. Bye bye. Have a nice day.